the roster of Overwatch 2 just got a little bit bigger, introducing its newest tank, RAMMATRA, and I can't wait to see more about it. Yo, what you know, it's your boy One Hero back on YouTube with a new episode. Now let's go. RAMMATRA is the newest tank that was revealed during the Overwatch League going on, and he looks really cool. RAMMATRA is an Omnic monk that pretty much was at the same monastery of Shambali with Zenyatta as well. Super cool, so that means that they're gonna have dialogue between the two of them as they go forward in the game. I can't wait to see more about that. So as far as the playstyle goes of the tank, it looks like he's going to be more of a protector, kind of like Reinhardt, kind of like Sigma, but with his own form, because he has two. He has the normal Omnic form, which is very similar to how Zenyatta is, but then he also has the ability to shift into his Nemesis form, which turns him into this giant hero to be pretty much inspired like by the Hulk. That looks really dope because I want to see how that's going to play. I know it's going to be really cool seeing that transformation, Autobot transform into this Decepticon that's going to destroy everybody on the map, or at least set up the team to win and do big when it comes to the gameplay and big plays. As far as the abilities go, I know that his health, he has about a 450 health bar when he gets an additional armor of 150 when he goes into Nemesis. Then he also has the ability to do Nemesis form shift. He has a barrier. He has another defensive ability we don't know about yet, and I believe his single ultimate he has is going to be something that's going to slow down flying heroes that will land them on the ground. Don't know yet, all speculation. We have not got confirmed abilities yet. He looks to be like a protector, but also like an area lockdown person, because if it's all about protecting, it's going to be about protecting against those big pushes, those ult pushes that are going to happen, and also being able to help defend along the way and get some offense in the midst, because we know that sometimes defense can make the best offense. I'm game. I do know in order to unlock him coming up in the next season 2, which starts off on December 6th, you're going to have to unlock him through the battle pass, which is going to be tier 55 as well to unlock him. I know a lot of people are not happy with that. I agree, you should be able to unlock them in an easier route, but I guess because they wanted to eliminate the amount of loot boxes we encountered, this is what they decided to do. Still don't agree with it, still don't think it's the smartest thing to do, and I hope that they find a way to change that, because there was nothing really wrong with the fact of Overwatch's one system in my eyes. I enjoyed it a lot. I was guilty as charged for buying tons and tons of loot boxes, and I really enjoyed having a lot of the aesthetic charms and pieces that I could have for the heroes that I played the most and the ones that I just enjoyed the most. So his Omnic form is going to be where he has that sporting slim frame, pretty much like Zenyatta, right? And then he's going to be the size of like a normal DPS player, but he adopts more to like a strategy of where he can poke in and poke out when it comes to the offense and the defense of the way he plays. In the Omnic form, he'll do a better job of protecting enemies at a distance. In the Nemesis mode, he's going to be able to charge forward, switching up his ranged abilities to get more into that close style brawling, where he's going to be able to rush down on the enemies. Specifically for those people that are squishy with health, he can get in there, take down those heroes and get them out of the way, or at least put them on our guard where they got to run away. It will make him one of the biggest targets, because when you switch to that bigger form, you're going to be definitely out there as the main tank. So if a team is really smart with what they want to do, they can get on top of you quick and shoot you down. They could probably put you with the sleep dart, Zenyatta's Discord orb, that can really make it a scary situation for you, but also it can make a scarier situation for them if they miss those guaranteed counters that could help. We don't know much about the ultimate ability, but it is shared between both forms. There is no ultimate for the calm form, there is no ultimate for the Nemesis form. It's going to be just one ultimate altogether when he does use it. They've been working on the character for about 2 to 3 years from what I've learned as well, which is pretty dope. That they've spent a lot of time with how they wanted to introduce him as far as the lore goes, and how they wanted to introduce him as far as like being the right time for the game. He could have came out in Overwatch 1, but the fact that they held him off to bring him in Overwatch 2 is great. I still think it's a bummer that they did move Doomfist to tank, knowing they had him coming. They could have left Doomfist in DPS and let DPS Doom, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm done. I promise I'm done. It's really cool though that a lot of time goes into consuming and creating these characters that they want to bring into the game with deep lore, personality traits, the abilities, how they're going to interact with different heroes, how they're going to be able to interact with pushing against other people and causing oppositions to have to change and adapt along the way. With him being the leader of the Null Sector, he's the Omnic force fighting for freedom, basically. That's the story point of him. He's going to be fighting for freedom and actually trying to make sure that the Omnics can live a safe and peaceful life in the fight. I thought it was the fact that Lucio's speed is what they say is going to be ideal to suit him and synergize with him is very interesting, because I guess at the point when he probably switches to the Nemesis form, it's going to make him a bigger target. So imagine him being a speed boosted tank in his Nemesis form and Lucio's speed boosting him around. It'll make it a lot harder for the Ana to hit him with the sleep dart, or for Zenyatta to get the Discord orb on, and then people being able to use it to get more damage on him. It's very unique that we get to see him with 2 forms, forms, because I know we did have Echo who could turn into any of the heroes she wanted to copy. That was a really cool feature to add in. So this is going to be a very new concept, and it was really cool to know that they wanted to kind of mix that in because of the fact that you want to show the contrast of his personality, being a character that is all about peace but also can change to protect and is willing to do it by any means necessary, which is the message that he's been giving since his entire story trailer dropped, is that I was all about peace, you guys didn't want peace, so now I'm coming for vengeance, and I'm going to do it by any means to protect the people that I want to protect and the race that I want to protect for the future. Whether that's good or bad, we'll find out more as they start to roll out more with the lore and the story as well. I think one of the cool things aesthetically is that they make the fact that he's going to have two different visual styles. He's going to have his normal style with different skins, and then his other form, the Nemesis form, is going to have different skins. Very similar to how there's a 2 skin package when it comes to Ash and Bob. I want to see how they're going to do that as well. What different designs are going to come up from him being in his normal Omnic form to when he goes into the hulking Nemesis form as well. They didn't want to give up the details if they're going to have a mythic tier skin for him at the end of the season. I hope they do, and I hope it looks really cool, because that'll really just bring more things in the forefront. Or they could pick somebody else completely different. I'm okay with that. And with the defensive abilities that he does have, putting him along the sides of Orisa, Ryan, Hog, Doomfist, or Junker Queen, he's going to be able to be in the middle of the heap as far as how he can survive compared to everybody else. We know that Orisa has the heart and ability, so that makes her a little bit more difficult. Ryan with his shield, but that shield can break easily. Roadhog with the self-healing, Doomfist with the armor from blocking and then being able to get away as one of the more mobile tanks, and then Junker Queen being extremely difficult to kill because she's highly mobile and she can use her ultimate to get behind the defensive line or to get away from you all, depending on who's playing her and how they want to use her. One of the last interesting things that I thought was cool about the interview, reading more about RAMMATRA myself, was that they talked about how easy would the character be. Would you recommend them to be picked up by new Overwatch players? And they said that pretty much people that have been playing the game that have the experience are going to be pretty good at picking up on him and learning if it works for them or not. Whereas certain new players that are still trying to learn the game, the metrics, how things work, which characters to use, which characters to counter, the complexities of each character built into them with each little minor detail, it's going to be something that they're going to have to just learn. And I think that that's really cool that they're adding another hero that we get the chance to watch if it's going to help shift the meta. You know, the last video talking about the nerfs and not having characters nerfed into the ground. Well, now we're getting a whole new character, and we don't know if this is going to make everybody else obsolete as far as preference, not the entire game, because I do agree with some of the comments from the last video that yes, not every character is nerfed into the ground, but it does not make plausible sense to play that character knowing that they cannot produce, depending on the scenario, whether it's a push map, whether it's a payload map, or whether it is capturing the point, King of the Hill style. That's pretty much it. I'm interested. I am curious. I want to know how I'm going to feel about the character after the honeymoon phase is over with. You know, like, oh yeah, it's cool to play. I mean, it looks cool, but is he really a character I can contribute to the team's success with? Is it a character that I can perform consistently with, where I can actually make plays that are betterment for the team, actually protect people, actually give damage when I need to, and use both shift abilities properly? Those are pretty much the questions in my head as we get more and more information about RAMMATRA. I can't wait to see what this is going to happen, and we all know we're going to see if people can really use them when it comes to the Overwatch League, because those guys and gals and people are insane when they take a character and show you that what they can really do. And I've been seeing a lot of great content from a lot of people out there putting out stuff showing me how to play a lot of the characters that I want to learn. Kiriko, Sigma, Sojourn as well. And again, it's all about, you know, just finding your play style and how you play and who you want to play with. That's pretty much all I had. I hope that this video helped in giving you some excitement or some insight as far as what's going to happen with RAMMATRA and the future of Overwatch as we go into season 2, which begins December 6th. So if you haven't already, get on that grind, get your battle pass progress going for the free battle pass or whatever, and you're more than welcome to add me. It is I am one hero on Blizzard. Don't scratch that. I don't know my numbers. I think it's like 1898 or something like that, but I don't know. I don't remember. Just look in one of the videos. You probably could find it. Till next time, be great, be you, fly easy heroes. Peace.